How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you some gameplay on CSGO. CSGO is a competitive first-person shooter that came out in 2012. I feel like most, if not all people have at least heard of it, especially because of how big of a name it is in esports. And especially now that it has recently announced it will be updating to CS2, which is going to be a huge update because it's going to boost graphics and it will also impact how smokes are played. This is because you can shoot through smokes now and it will dissipate the smoke as well as grenades dissipating the smoke for a few seconds. So this could be a huge change, but here two of my teammates Wi-Fi drop, which honestly I'm not too surprised because they're my roommates here at Miami and we all know Miami's Wi-Fi is not the greatest. So I'm going to buy a Deagle this first round, mostly because I'm not a huge fan of the Glock. I feel like Glock with armor is a okay first buy, but I feel like a lot of people buy armor first round as well, so the Glock is kind of a pea shooter. I've had many instances where I've hit the guy probably 8 times for 70, more than I can count. So I'm a big fan of the Deagle, especially because you can get a 1 Deagle like you see there. Right there, the guy was bathroom, so this is a common spot for people to sit, especially because you have cover and you can see to party and fountain pretty easy. Here, I hear there's one long. He gets a kill on my teammate. I'm going to try and swing long. I don't know that my buddy Glenn gets a kill here. I see dumpster. I get a nice kill here. Someone says they hear him connectors, so I'm going to start pushing up. And I get another nice kill here. Before this next round, I guess I'll go over some of the map. So you have CT spawn, you got T spawn, you have water here, water also here, and then you got monster pipe. It's called monster because there's a little spray paint of a monster looking thing right here. You got connector here. You can take a ladder down, you can go to B, or you can stay. Or you can go down and come back up these steps to go A, and then you can see a nice angle on party. Here I'm going to throw a flashbang long and hopefully get one. It seems like I flashed one. I'm going to peek up. AKs are pretty good. I'm not sure how many people have tried to play CSGO, but if you're accurate with it, you can get some nice one taps to the head. If not, as you've seen there, I'm not the greatest. And sadly I cannot hit him more than probably 2 or 3 times. One thing I would say is I would just practice tapping with the AK. That's because the spray is really hard to master, especially at a distance. So just doing little bursts of 2 or 3 rounds is pretty good. I would also recommend stop moving. That's because there's a penalty for moving when you're shooting with the AK. Also, if you're shooting and you crouch, sometimes people have a habit of doing this just instinctually, and this will reset and make your bullets go all over the place. So I would recommend just tapping. So here we're gonna push up A again. I'm gonna buy a scout. I really like the scout. I feel like it's a nice eco thing to do. That's because it's only 1700, which isn't that expensive, and then you can get some nice details on what's going on. Like here, I can see there's one there. Sadly, my teammate's peeking front, so I can't get a clean shot. But I can at least call him out. I missed there again. I think I missed here a 3rd time before I can finally get him. So I guess I should preface this by saying I'm hard stuck silver, which I guess isn't a surprise from the gameplay you were seeing right here. Our team doesn't have a whole lot of money though, so I'm gonna eco with the Deagle. I really like this play. I wasn't a huge fan of it back in the day because I was pretty bad. I mean, I'm not great by any means now, but I'm definitely a lot better now. But it's super cheap. Also, if you don't buy armor with it, it just saves you a lot of money. And then if you can get a kill or 2, your money for next round would be really good. And you can easily buy that AK, M4, or maybe even that op you were saving for. So here, sadly, my teammate is taken out. And I guess that's probably why I wasn't a huge fan of the Deagle. As you can see, I'm not the greatest by any means. So again, this round, I have enough money to buy an AK with armor. So I'm going to try that. Hopefully I can get a kill or two. We're going to go A again this round. I'm going to quickly check party. Sometimes people will jump up there, or they'll just push fountain super quick and try and flashbang you. So you always have to be prepared for that. But right here, I'm going to push up, check bathrooms. I see one to the left. He won't peek for it. He peeks for a second. I just miss my shots. Get a nice COD reload in there. Make sure I don't need those 4 bullets later. I'm gonna miss every shot on that guy. Might have hit him once or twice. Pick up bomb. Didn't know he was behind from our spawn. And he gets an easy kill. We still don't have too much money this round. So it's probably going to be another eco. At least for me. I'm going to buy the scout again. Hopefully we can even up the score here. I'm going to check party. Fountain again. No one's there. My teammate flashes, I'm not aware of that. I get blinded for a bit. He throws another flashbang, blinds me again. I see he gets shot, so I'm gonna peek. I think there's only one. I get a nice headshot. I didn't know they boosted his buddy on top. That's actually an interesting place to boost, because not too many people will peek that probably, but at the same time, if you don't have the reaction time, you don't have that much coverage, then again you can always jump behind. I wouldn't recommend that spot unless you know you can get a pick easy. So here, Nate sees one monster. He gets a collat monster. That's huge. Makes it a 2v1. He hears someone from our spawn here. He's gonna try and hide in this corner and make him swing. Hopefully walk past and not notice him. However, he knew, and he just gets a nice one tap. So he gives him a 2-round lead here. This round, again, I'm going to buy the scout. Hopefully I can have better luck with it than I've had previous rounds. Yet again, we're going to go A. What you're going to see is for most of this video is we're mostly A dominant. I don't know why. I feel like mostly because of long. Because I always buy a scope of weapon if I can. So I just like taking longer angles. So that might be part of it. Also, I feel like H is easier to attack just because there's less places you have to clear out near you and less places for them to hide. However, on B, they can hide sandbags, they can hide heaven, they can hide water behind site, they can hide construction, they can hide in monster. There's just a bunch of places people could be. But here, they can usually be bank, dumpster, behind site, long where that guy was, or bathrooms. And usually, you can cut 1 or 2 of those angles. So you predict them to be from 2 spots. Sadly, this round, it's going to be a 1v1. It's going to be up to Kevin to clutch here. We have bomb down. He sees him, takes a few shots. Right now, he could just play time, which would be huge. He sees him, doesn't shoot. Okay, shoots at him now. All he has to do is distract him for a few more seconds for the bomb to go off. Seems like he did just that. This is a great play by Kevin. This is because if he can't get the kill, at least distract him and force him off the bomb so your team can get the win. So that's a huge win for us to bring it within 1. So here, for the final round of the half, I'm going to buy an AK again. Just a heads up, usually CS games that you'll see in esports in the big majors will be long matches, which would be best of 30. So that would be 1st to 16, or you could tie at 15. But me and my roommates, we like to play on short matches, mostly because it's less time consuming, and if the people you play are really good, you don't have to play them as long, so it's not as painful to play. So short matches are a great addition to this game. So here I'm going to swing sandbags, make sure no one's there. We have bomb down. It's a nice 4v2. This should be an easy win for us. I hear... Oh, I try and smoke having here. I don't know why I smoke, how that hits that. But it just hits the handle and goes back down. A terrible smoke by me. It's on construction. I get a few hits on him, and then my teammate's Molly is able to finish the guy off. Honestly, not bad to be tied 4-4 at the half, especially when we are on T side. This is because we're usually CT sided. I feel like this is mostly because you don't have to push. You can wait for people. You can wait for them to make the play. They can make a mistake. Usually if you sit back, you can hold angles, and you don't really have to worry about making too many mistakes or forcing to make something happen. So here I'm just going to buy armor with the USP. I highly recommend this move because the USP I feel like is one of, if not the best pistol in the game, and then armor just helps protect against bullet punch. So here I'm going to swing construction. I'm going to get a couple hits on that guy. I can kill him. The guy's on bomb. I get a nice headshot there. Last guy's sandbags. I'm going to swing on it. Luckily I'm able to win that gunfight and get the defuse for my team. Right here, I guess it's kind of toxic to be spray painting, but I really like spray paints in this game. I feel like it adds in something fun, something different to it. Also, it's a good way to trash talk and like have fun with each other without actually being toxic, I guess. Also, it's fun to spray in the people's spawns, just so they spawn and they have to see your spray for a few rounds. So this round, I'm going to buy the M4. This gun is actually probably my favorite after the Op and Scout, mostly because it's pretty easy to shoot with, I would say. The recoil on it isn't too bad, and I feel like you could spray transfer pretty easy, especially compared to the AK. Also, construction's a great spot to sit, I feel like, mostly because you can go back up to A or you can come down to B, which I'm doing right here. See, that guy is gone. He peeks up, I can get it. I see some shots going down towards the water by Monster. I peek that, I get a kill. Someone's construction, instead of re-peeking that, I'm going to drop down the water. I'm going to try and get a better angle on him. I get that kill, make it a nice 2v1. I don't know where this guy is. I think he's rotating, so I'm going to try and go back up towards A. However, when I get up there, I see my teammate is sitting dumpster watching bathrooms, so I'm just going to rotate back to make sure we have one person on each site. I don't see anyone here, so I'm going to try and push back, make sure no one's coming from behind, and I'm just going to push back on the site, and there he is. That's one thing I like about Heaven, is although it's really open and people can see you really easily, if they don't know you're there or there's only one or two people left and no one's holding that angle, you have a really open sight line on site, and you can easily see over and around things, which can give you a big advantage. So one thing I would recommend is working on util. This is because, as you can see, I have $4,100, and for some reason the only thing I buy is a flashbang, even though I will have more than enough money for whatever I want next round. So for this round, we obviously don't have money, as you can see, so we're gonna have to eco it, which isn't great, especially this late in the game. Being tied this close to 8 or 9 rounds is really tough. Usually I don't buy the SMG, however, they're pretty good, I won't lie. I enjoy the SMG. The UMP's been growing on me. I feel like it's good bang for its buck. Also, you can move with it and shoot with it. Right there is just unlucky. I peek as soon as my teammate peeks pipe, and he gets both of us. shooting at my teammate. But as I was saying, I feel like SMGs are good because you can kind of spray and pray, and you can constantly move and keep your bullets on them, which is really nice because you can't really do that with any other class of gun. So here they have a 7-6 lead. I'm gonna buy a scout. I think that's the best buy here, especially with a kit. I'm gonna go long here. I really like long, mostly because obviously with a scope you can see down sights and whatnot. And then also if people push bathroom or party, you can somewhat expect them to peek, or your teammates might be able to call out someone's pushing along. And if they do, you just have to predict if they're going to come to the left or the right of the rock. Here, he keeps moving, so I'm going to predict right, hit a nice shot. And then from here, you can push through bathrooms, like I'm going to do here, just to make sure no one's pushing you, because sometimes they rush through bathrooms if they know you're long and try and surprise you. Miss some shots here, sadly. I know they're going towards A now, though, through bathrooms, so I'm going to try and walk and surprise them here. I hear one. Get a nice not one tap, a headshot there. There's the one tap. And then I'm gonna drop back because I think I hear one bathroom. There he is. Get another nice headshot with the USP. As I was saying, I think the USP is one of the best pistols in the game. I would highly recommend on CT side using it every round. Even though you spawn with it, I wouldn't recommend wasting money on other guns. Sadly, I can't get the ace or the kill there. However, I think I hit him twice for 36, so I can't complain. I at least made an attempt that was decent. And right now, we're in a tough 8-6 hole here. The best we could do is tie, which is what we're hoping for. Luckily, I have enough money for an M4 and some armor, putting me in probably one of the better positions to try and get this tie. So like usual, I'm going to try and push through connector and hope no one's there. I hear him connector. They throw a molly, I absolutely eat that, take 3 damage, and I try and push back up. Right here I check party thinking they're going to go A, because sometimes if someone's connector they'll go A or they'll go back through B. Sadly I did not think everyone would be there. My team is able to train my kill, however there's just too many connector here. Our teammate Kevin is just AFK. That leads it to a 3-2. So here, we don't know if they're going A or B, because no one's really made a move towards either site. So Nate's gonna go up through snipers here, and rotate over to A to make sure they're not going there. One good thing he does here is he stops and he checks dumpster, which is a great idea, because sometimes before people plant, they'll push through dumpster and make sure no one's there. Or they'll just sit there if they think you're going to be rotating through connector. So that's a great play. He's going to come up through bank, and hopefully he can get a kill or two. He sees one there. Unlucky, he can't get that kill. Leaves Mitch with a tough 3v1. He knows one's bathroom, he's going to push up truck. He gets a nice kill there. He doesn't know where the other two is, and sadly, they get the kill. And sadly, we lose 9-6. One thing about this game is, even if it's a tough game and we lose, it's still fun. And I feel like it's really interesting that this game is still as big as it is, and it's still growing. Especially because it started off as a Half-Life mod back in the day. I thought this was insane, mostly because CSGO starting off as a mod just seems unreal, especially for a game like Half-Life, and the fact they even had vehicles in CS you could drive around beforehand. And just seeing how it's changed today and where it's at right now is actually really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay, and I guess you could see how someone hard stuck at silver plays compared to those that are pros, and you can see where you match up compared to me and some other people if you play. And I hope you enjoyed, and maybe learn a thing or two about the map, maybe CS, or just something about the guns I talked about. I hope you guys have a great day.